Norman Rosenbaum, Mr. Cato, rabbis, elected officials, community and faith leaders, friends and neighbors. I want to thank you all for coming here today. Today is a day of remembrance. Today is a day of reflection. Elie Wiesel, the Nobel laureate and the conscience of our generation, said, and I quote, "To remain silent and indifferent is the greatest sin. There is a moral obligation to remember." I have lived in this community for over 40 years. I raised my family here. 25 years ago, I watched as my community was attacked by a mob chanting, "Kill the Jews." Yankel Rosenbaum was walking down Brooklyn Avenue when he was savagely and fatally attacked and stabbed in an act of hatred and anti-Semitism. And his parents, both Holocaust survivors, received that phone call that no parent should ever receive, which changed their lives forever. His brother Norman has spent his life fighting for justice for his brother. Through many journeys from across the continents, well over 2 decades, spending years working through the criminal justice system. I'm humbled, as we all should be, at the depths of his courage and love for his brother, Yankel, that has sustained him through all these challenges. I know that only too well. My child was murdered in the same act of hatred for the same reason, because he was identifiable as a Jew. Over this past week, I have heard the anguish and passion within my own community that the days following his murder caused, the riots as they are now called. I realized then that there are deep and painful memories. And on this day, on remembrance, they resurface. After 25 years, there needs to be validation of their suffering. There needs to be finally an acceptance of the truth and responsibility for the insiders and those who failed to act and respond to the pogrom of our people. Charles Dickens wrote, and I quote, "And it can it be that in a world so vast and busy, the loss of one's soul makes a void so deep that nothing but the width and depth of vast eternity can fill it up." The only thing in the world that can never be replaced is life. When a parent loses a child in an accident, their lives are changed forever. Mr. Cato, I know that you miss Gavin every single day of your life. And your daughter Tamara told me that she wonders all the time what Gavin would be today. Finally, I want to say that time doesn't stand still. 25 years has not only brought huge changes in technology to the world and the city, but as I look around and I see new life created every day, please look across at the mirror that you face, which is one child's face, but indeed thousands of faces of children. Every child of every faith, of every background, living. I reach out my hand across to each and every one of you in my community, in brotherhood today, and I vow to continue my work each day to educate and respect and promote understanding and tolerance for all. The wise King Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes that there is a time to cry and a time memorialize the dead, a time to clear out the destruction, and a time to build. As we see with the seasons, hope springs eternal. Thank you.